He said I was too embarrassing to be seen. So yeah, the night my kid was 4 months old was also the night my marriage basically snapped like a cheap plastic hanger, all thanks to a stupid black dress I ordered on sale at 2 a.m. while half asleep and smelling like spit up. I'd actually hyped myself up for my husband's company gala. I'd showered, I'd done my hair, I'd even put on mascara without stabbing myself in the eye. The dress was this cute wrap thing that didn't pretend I didn't have a postpartum belly. I looked in the mirror and for the first time in weeks thought, okay, I'm kinda killing it. Then Keith opened his mouth. He gave me this once-over like I was a bruised avocado. Someone snuck into his grocery cart, hit me with a very confused, oh, which, dude, just say yikes and throw me off a cliff at that point. I ask what he means, and he hits me with, babe, I thought you said you were going to lose the baby weight before this. 16 weeks postpartum, not 16 years. But apparently Rebecca, his co-worker's wife with a full staff and allegedly natural everything, was back in size 2s, so clearly I was slacking. Then he says the line that made something in my brain quietly crack. Maybe next year, when you're back to normal. Back to normal. Like I'd malfunctioned and needed a factory reset. He pats my forehead like I'm a toddler, tells me he'll say I'm sick, suggests I order something healthy, and leaves smelling like the cologne of someone who's never changed a diaper at 3 a.m. I made it to the bed before I ugly cried, the kind that makes your face puff up like a pufferfish. Baby wakes up, of course. I nurse her with my mascara running into her hair, feeling like a busted piñata. Then my phone buzzes. It's Jake, Keith's best friend, which already should have been a red flag for Keith because Jake actually has empathy. He asks if I'm okay. I say something self-deprecating about not being fit for public consumption, and he practically short-circuits, so I tell him everything. And he goes, no offense, but your husband is being an absolute ass. You look amazing. You literally made a human. Then he offers to take me and the baby to dinner, a real restaurant, not the drive-thru I'd been living on. I actually hesitate because Keith would lose it, and Jake, bless him, just goes, he's not here. That's how I ended up staring at myself in the mirror, wiping off streaked eyeliner, putting the dress back on, slipping into flats, and thinking, you know what? Screw it. Jake shows up with flowers like some kind of rom-com side character. He actually looks at me and says, I look amazing. And for once, I kind of believe it. Dinner was weirdly healing. White tablecloths, candles. They even had a high chair because Jake told them I was bringing the tiny boss. I tried ordering a sad salad, but Jake called me out, so I got lasagna the size of my face. We talked about everything. He asked why I stayed with Keith, and I admitted I had nowhere to go, no money, no passwords, nothing. Jake went quiet in a way that wasn't pity, just realization. On the way out, baby asleep, I'm thinking, okay, this was nice. Maybe I can breathe for one night. Then I hear it, Keith's voice, sharp enough to slice concrete. He's standing there with co-workers, including Perfect Rebecca. They all look like they're watching the finale of a reality show. Keith accuses me of going out with him. Like I snuck out of the house in lingerie and a trench coat, I remind him he said I wasn't presentable. One of the co-workers actually chokes on air. Keith grabs my arm, hard. Jake, absolute legend, steps between us and peels his hand off me like he's removing a sticker. Then he announces to the whole group exactly what Keith said to me before the gala. Rebecca suddenly finds the pavement extremely interesting. Keith's boss looks like he's calculating HR paperwork. Then Keith orders me to get in the car, and for the first time in years, I say, no. He freezes. Everyone freezes. Even the baby stays asleep out of sheer suspense. And I walk away, with Jake, with my daughter, with no plan whatsoever. But as we drove off, watching Keith shrink in the mirror, I felt something weird, actual relief. Like, yeah, I don't have money, or a plan, or even my own car keys, but I'd rather jump into the unknown with a baby in a diaper bag than stay with someone who is ashamed to be seen with me. Click the full story to see what happened next.